there was a moment for me that I really shifted my mindset around this. Was I was unconsciously looking for validation from the
Yeah.
women and from the men in the community. And when I cut myself, like even before sex or whatever, thinking like that, like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get one more lay or whatever. Like when that thought came to my mind, I just started like, I just like went crazy. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I having these thoughts? What the fuck? What's wrong with me? You know? And then when I
What
caught
thought
myself doing
specifically?
that,
The audio didn't
like,
get
oh,
through.
I'm gonna have another lay or whatever. Like the thought that
Ah,
I
okay.
want to
Yeah, yeah.
increase my leg or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
And when
fuck.
I when I start questioning like, why am I thinking like, why am I not enjoy, like I was not enjoying the sex, I was not enjoying anything. I was just doing it for putting my dick inside and say
Yeah,
one more plus one, you know. And when I start
yeah,
questioning those things, for me was the moment where I like unplugged from that validation, that looking for validation in the girls and other people. And when I did that, now when I go up to a girl, I genuinely don't ever need to like control anything. I just go
yeah,
there, I just give her its opportunity, I just open myself, approach, and then either she walks away or she stays or she comes me home. Like I'm okay with either. I completely let go of like trying to control things. And what I realize is the most control you have when you let go of all control. When you realize you have no control. And that's when you actually start seeing your results like go insane, because girls start not like feeling you don't have that needy vibe, you know? They feel like you don't need anything, and then they start chasing you, like they start pulling you instead of you making all these techniques and trying to like manipulate them to go home with you. They actually are dragging you to go home. They're making like they hinting you to pull them, you know. So it's like it's insane, because I was unconsciously making my life much harder because I thought it had to be so hard. You know, I think a
man,
lot of
that's
guys have that
amazing.
belief. I think a lot of guys had that belief of like, it must be hard, so I must apply all these techniques because by default I'm not good enough. So
Yeah,
let me just try
exactly.
all these beliefs. Let me try all these techniques, and then they sometimes it works, so they believe that's the way to go. You know, they don't know there's a
Yeah,
different, even a different paradigm, a way of being where you don't make like it's not effort, it's effortless, it doesn't make effort, it doesn't take effort, it's enjoyable, it doesn't take effort, the girls want to take you home, and you enjoy everything, the whole process. You don't need to fucking drag yourself to every interaction and just fucking be like a pain in the ass, you know.
man, that's exactly what I experienced. What you said, it's pure gold because, um, I mean, yeah, many guys, unfortunately, I mean, it was the same for me and for you, from what I hear, think that, you know, they need to learn all those techniques, do all this stuff. But the problem is what's going on here. I mean, you
Yeah,
can read the best books and stuff, but the biggest stuff is done from your subconscious program, from what you believe. And usually the biggest negative belief is, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of sex. I'm not worthy of her. All those things going on below your awareness level. So unless you fix that, you can still get laid, because I mean, you can get laid by doing a technical game. But the problems with that are two, because I also got laid in this way. First, as Diogo said, you're not going to enjoy sex, and not even sex. What comes before sex? All the interaction. It's going to seem like you're doing homework. Like, it's gonna get your headache, because you have to think about, this technique, the fucking routine of the card, the gimmick, the A, B, C, D, move, bounce, my place, no, too late. A, B, the. You think too much, sex gets also mechanical. Why? Because you base the whole interaction not on the genuine connection, but on a mechanical, let's say, way of interacting with a girl that is not even
yeah.
good to interact in that way with a man that are more logical usually, right? Or a woman.
Hmm.
Think about the experience she might have. Women are generally more emotional, and when they interact with made too technical, it's even hard to make them wet. So the problems with that kind of game is that you're not going to enjoy the interactions and probably sex, like it happened to me. But if you apply this concept that Diogo said, you're going to enjoy the interactions more, and they are going to chase you to go to bed. And it's a total game changer. A total game changer. You're going to think, what the hell of a game did I play so far?
It looks ludicrous for like clients or people in general that watch from outside, because I'm doing like, it seems like I'm not doing anything, and the girls are like jumping on me. I'm like, what? I'm not doing nothing. It's like you go up, you don't even talk, and the girls start jumping on you, and you're like, what is this? Like some wizard superpowers or whatever, you know?
Yeah,
But
that's how it feels.
yeah, but it's funny because you can see like when guys are trying so hard and being so gamey, and then you go in and you do very little, and the girl just jumps on you, or like just looks at, she can sense your energy. Like it's like a different energy coming from you. You emanate some like enlightened. I'm exaggerating, but like you emanate some like super energy that like just drags people in. Like it's insane, actually.
Exactly. Yeah, because sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I can hear you. Sometimes this breaks. Like the connection is
Can you
sometimes.
repeat? Because the audio didn't get through. Can you
Yeah,
repeat what you said?
you were saying something. You were saying something now. You can keep on that.
Yeah, let me think of what I was saying. I forgot.
It's okay, man.
Yeah. Like to make you guys understand better this concept that Diogo is expressing. Like I used to think to put myself in a woman's shoes, because coming from the previous paradigm, I thought, okay, I'm this guy, and start to look at myself from the outer perspective. Okay, I'm this guy going there, being serious, or forcing, like faking to be happy, because you're forcing when you do something technically. You're not being that person. You're forcing to be that person. So I thought, I put myself in a woman's shoes, and I thought, okay, this guy comes. He is doing A with his body language, but his vibe is telling me B. So there's so much incongruency, so much disalignment, that she
Yeah.
feels something like an emotion that tells her better not to go on with him. But instead, think about a guy. He has no agenda, not technical agenda, apart from enjoying life, enjoying the interaction. He goes there, is grounded, is aligned, is so congruent that he emanates this confident aura. He doesn't need anything, doesn't need validation, doesn't need their number, doesn't need sex, doesn't need after sex, doesn't need anything. So he just goes there, and what remains after all that bullshit? It's presence, pure masculine presence. And guess what? If you are attracted to a woman and you go to her with nothing but masculine presence, what's gonna happen? Masculine and feminine at each other, so she's gonna be attracted to you. While if you have masculine half presence, then you have layer technique, then you have some confidence and self-esteem issues. The result is going to be so disaligned, so distorted, that probably nothing is going to come out of that,
Yeah. And guys ask like, for example, a big thing for me was when I heard about like how to make a girl comfortable or have comfort or connection with a girl, right? And for me, I never really like, after I learned that, I was like, how do I explain? Like guys think that having deep rapport and asking questions about her childhood or whatever, that's what actually builds the connection. But what you just said is actually what allows it. The connection is built when you allow it to to be done, you know. When you're trying to force it, you're not allowing the connection. That's the problem. The biggest problem is guys are trying to force the try to fake whatever personality they want to project into the girl, but they're not allowing the I think the biggest way I put it is that a lot of times when I was like, for example, getting into interaction, I would just rush my words to try to like get my whatever my line out, you know. And after this, I completely like now I just go I talk very slowly, like I'm talking like even a little slower than now, and I give a lot more space in between my lines or my talking, and that gives a lot of space, a lot of times for the girls to get in and start investing more, like giving more, creating more tension and creating more like those that silence, but it's not like a silence, awkward silence. It's a grounded silence where she knows like you could be talking like crazy, but you
Yeah.
just talking slowly.